Hey, what's up guys, Gaurav back with the video. And guys, in this video I'm going to do the review of the iPhone 13 Pro, as I have been using this phone for about 6 months now. So let's begin. So guys, this is my iPhone 13 Pro. As you can see, I have this Sarah blue color and I have been using this phone for about more than 6 months now. I bought this phone in September and it's around 6 months, something like more than 6 months using this phone. And this is my main phone, and I'm gonna talk about how was my experience of using this phone, some of the things I like, some of the things which I don't like about this phone. So let's start with the overall build quality, durability, and if I have some of the scratches on my phone. So as you can see, the sides of the phone is made up of stainless steel, and I am using this phone with a case. So as you can see, I have a normal TPU case over here, so I've been using this case and some other case occasionally, like Apple silicon cases and all, but still the overall the build quality of the phone is actually pretty good. So as you can see, I don't have any scratches on the stainless steel side, but there are some micro scratches at the lightning port on the bottom, because the cable which I connect with to charge my phone gets something along with the bottom part. So there are micro scratches on this phone, but otherwise the build quality, the durability of the phone is actually pretty good, and we don't have any creaking sound or bending issue with the iPhone 13 Pro. So regarding the build quality and the durability, this phone is actually pretty good. Now I'm going to talk about the next thing, which is the Face ID. As you can see, we have the smaller notch on the top and it has the Face ID sensor. So let me just lock my phone, and as you can see, it quickly unlocked. So the Face ID works really well on this phone, but I wish we had a power button touch ID as well, because sometimes the Face ID doesn't work. But with the iOS 15.4 you can use a Face ID with a mask, but if you're wearing glasses, I have some problem using Face ID when I'm wearing mask as well as glasses. That might be okay for some people, but for me, I have not seen it worked when I'm wearing spectacles as well as a mask. So maybe that will improve with these future software updates, but right now it's not. But although if I'm not wearing glasses but just the mask, it will unlock. So that's the thing with the Face ID, and it has couple of sensors as well, like the dot projector and other sensors in the notch. So this is regarding the Face ID and notch, but I hope that they will remove the notch with the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, but only the time will tell. So the next thing I want to talk about is the display quality. So we have a 6.1 inches display on this one, and it's a Pro Motion display, although I can't show you Pro Motion on in this video because it's a 60 fps video and the Pro Motion is 120. But the Pro Motion works really well while scrolling Instagram on some other apps. So let me just open Instagram. As you can see, the scrolling is actually really fast on this one, and there's no issues like that. But overall the Pro Motion is good, the display quality is good. Let me just open YouTube, and I'm gonna open a video so that you can get a better idea of how's the display quality. So let's just open this video, and let's go the full screen mode. And as you can see, the display quality is actually pretty good. And if I just skip, as you can see, we have amazing display quality on iPhone 13 Pro, and the display quality is actually pretty good even in the outdoor daylight. The viewing experience on this phone is actually pretty amazing. So now I'm gonna talk about the battery life on this phone. So as you can see, I have 80% battery on my phone, and if I go to the battery health, as you can see, it's 100% right now. And as I told you that I have been using this phone for about 6 months, so I think it will drop in some time. But as you can see, I was out somewhere and I use with the low power mode. But even if I don't use it with the low power mode on, I will still have around 7 to 8 hours of screen time. As you can see, I have 6 or 17 minutes of screen time and 13 minutes of screen off time. So the battery life is actually pretty good. Even if you don't use low power mode, you will still have around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time on this phone. So regarding the battery life, I don't have any of the issue while using this phone. And also this phone has fast charging, so you can use a 20 watt wired charger, and this phone also has wireless charging, but it's not as fast. So it can support up to 15 watts of wireless charging, and also you can use that massive battery pack on this phone. So that's my experience on the battery life. I'm very happy with this phone regarding the battery life. So let's talk about the camera now. So we have triple camera. All the cameras are 12 megapixel, and even the front facing camera is 12 megapixel, and the camera experience is actually pretty good. It's a typical camera experience. As you can see, I just click this photo, and details is actually pretty good. I have actually done a full review of this phone, so if you want to know about the camera experience in detail, you can check that video. I will link the video in the I button over top, so you can check that. But overall the camera experience is actually pretty good. It has the ultra wide camera, and then we also have this macro mode as well. As you can see, it says macro. So the macro mode is there, and the photo quality is actually pretty good. And regarding the video, you can shoot 4K 60 fps as well, and you can also shoot ProRes. Now the problem with the ProRes is that the file size is actually pretty big on the ProRes, so it takes a long time to transfer that footage to your PC if you are using a lightning port or a cable. So it will take around 1 hour, or sometimes it can take half an hour as well, but I have seen that it will take about 1 hour. So that's pretty slow, and even on the airdrop, the speed of the transferring a ProRes video is very slow. Otherwise the camera quality is actually pretty good as expected on an iPhone, and the video quality, as we know, it's still pretty good. And as I have told you that we can shoot videos at 4K 60, so that's a very good thing on this phone, and the overall quality of the photos and the video is phenomenal. Now if I talk about performance of this phone, so the performance of this phone is actually pretty good. There's no hiccups, and even on the iOS 15.4 the performance has improved drastically. So I loved using this phone. The performance, the battery life, all the things is actually pretty good. The RAM management is also pretty good on this phone. Now if I talk about the software updates, as it's a new phone, so we can expect regarding the software updates up to iOS 20 or 21 as well, because this phone ships with iOS 15. So Apple has a good tendency to provide longer software updates to the older phones, so it can get iOS 20 or 21 as well. And latest we get the 15.4, which is actually pretty good, and the performance of the phone has improved drastically after updating to iOS 15.4. Now some of the people are facing issues, but that's not the case with my device. Regarding cellular, see, the cellular call quality is also very good on this phone, but we don't have 5G in India. Although this phone supports 5G in international market, but in India we don't have 5G, so you can't use a 5G SIM. So guys, now I'm gonna talk about the two things which I don't like about this phone. So the two things which I don't like about this phone is the notch on the top. So if we had a pill size notch, I think that will be better, because the although the notch is smaller, but it still get into the display. So it will be better if we don't have any notch. And the second thing which I don't like about this phone is the lightning port at the bottom. I wish we had a USB-C, but still it's lightning on iPhone 13 series. I hope that we have a USB-C on iPhone 14 lineup, but still on the iPhone 13 series we have a lightning port, which is very slow for data transfer. And even the charging on this phone is up to 20 watts. It can only support max fast charging up to 20 watts. So I think if we have a USB-C, that much be better on this phone. But these are the only two things which I don't like about this phone. Otherwise this phone is actually pretty good, although this phone is very expensive as well. Regarding the storage capacity, so I have the 256 GB model, which is also available in 128, 256, as well as 512, and even 1 TB model is also there, but it's very expensive in India. So regarding the pricing, so it starts about 1 lakh 9,000 I think in India. and it goes up to 1,79,000 in India, so it's very expensive. But if you are planning to buy a new iPhone, a pro lineup iPhone 13 Pro is a very good option to buy. तो गाइस मुझे उम्मीद है आप लोगों को वीडियो अच्छी लगेगी। अगर अच्छी लगी इस वीडियो को तो लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए अपने फ्रेंड्स से, तो मेरे चैनल को जो है सब्सक्राइब भी कर दीजिए। थैंक यू।